Alright, today's music tip is, if you want to have a good sense of time and you don't want to sort of lose time, you should try to at least feel all the 16 notes, even if you're not playing them. So, how do I explain this? Okay, so let's say you have a groove in 4/4, even if you're not playing 16 notes. If you're having, okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, dum da, okay? But if you count the 16 notes, it's going to be 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a, right? So, if I'm playing anything, and I'm not consciously doing this, but I just developed this innate ability from being exposed to a lot of music. And I don't know if it's also just I'm like that, I don't know, but I think it refers to my previous video about getting kids to hear decent music before it's too late. So anyway, imagine you've got boom, ba, boom, boom, ba, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a, okay? So, even if I'm playing boom, ba, boom, boom, ba. So this applies to any instrument. This isn't just guitar players. Drummers, take note. So, here you go. Like, I always have a pulse going on in my heart, in my mind, whatever. It's always there. And I would say you can do this any way you want, right? But my way of doing this is, it's feeling like I have a train always running. Like, again, I don't really think about this consciously, but the reason I don't lose time is because, at least, I mean, I'm pretty good at keeping time, probably better than most drummers, because I have right, always going on. And if you want to play anything funky ever, you got to be able to play on the 16 notes. So imagine you want to play, so you're actually just playing da 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 da, but that's not the same as da 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 da, right? It's very carefully placed on E's and ands and as, 1E and a 3 and a 4, right? Okay, I'm not explaining this very well, but basically, you've got to have this, and then you will be in time. And even if you're not playing all those 16 notes, you will keep time well, because the gap from one note to the next, in terms of your perception, is shorter. Imagine, for comparison, you're just playing a really slow tempo, like 30 BPM. You really have a lot more chance of speeding up or whatever, losing tempo, when it's that slow, because the notes are so far apart and a human's judgment is going to be less and less effective in that huge space. So what you're doing here is using the same concept in a way, but you're filling in all the missing notes, but in your mind only. You don't play them necessarily. You might be playing them, you might not. But that means the gap, the margin for error is almost nothing. So but you always have going always. So wherever you want to place a note, you can place it. And at the same time, you are not likely to lose time from one note to the next, because they're so close together. All right? So then, if you want to play odd meters and stuff, this comes in real handy. So if I want to do 1916, so it will be 1E and a 2E, 4E, 1, 2, 3, 1E, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You're not going to count like 1 to 19 really fast, right? All you got to do is and you play in 1916 and you're not going to lose time. You can play a solo in that, just have that heartbeat all the time of and then you play your whatever you're playing, right? You can solo on that, in and out of it, go against the time, modulate, polymeter over it, whatever. But you always got that pulse going. And so whether you're playing something simple and you just want to be good at stable time, or you want to play something advanced and play in any time signature and keep good time, and even if you want to play something real slow, at least always filling in gaps mentally or in your, I don't think of it really up in my head, but I feel it like here. But at the end of the day, it is sort of it's a mental concept, right? So if you do that, you're going to keep much better time because there's no margin for error. If your click is da, 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 there's huge spaces where your judgment could be off. So even when I'm doing that click, I can't help it. I'm automatically filling in the gaps with 16 notes, right? Da, 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 da. If your notes are all filled in like that and there's that little of a gap, it's much less likely you're going to misjudge and lose time and start to drift. Okay, so that's all I got to say for today. That's my tip for keeping good time, and that translates over to playing advanced stuff too.